Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught me this truth. And peace and blessings with all sincerity to the hopeful elect. It's Zachariah coming at you with another lesson. And Lord's willing, it be edifying. So I want to dive into a little bit of this article, and I actually have a clip or two to add with it. But this article is from Reuters, and it's entitled Legal Fog Over Central Bank Digital Currencies. Unacceptable, BIS warns. Developing national digital currencies are at risk due to a lack of legal powers to issue them in most of the world. The head of the Global Central Bank umbrella body, the Bank for International Settlements, warned on Wednesdays. While countries generally have laws on banknotes, coins, and credit balances, an IMF Pepperin 2020 showed that close to 80% of central banks are either not allowed to issue digital currencies under their existing laws or the legal framework is unclear. This needs to be rectified. The BIS General Manager Austin Carstens said in a speech, the public rightly demands forms of money that meet their needs and expectations. All right. And this has nothing to do with public needs and expectations. Okay. You should remember this name, Austin Carstens, or the gentleman that was in the picture that I just scrolled past. Okay. From this clip.
For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that. If an advanced economy issues a CBDC and somebody in a third country wants to use it, it will require the consent of the central bank of the residence of that person. Therefore, the degree of control will be far bigger.
So continuing on, his warnings come as central banks around the world push ahead with central bank digital currencies development in a bid to make money more high tech and keep up with the features now offered by cryptocurrencies. Some of 11 countries have already launched them, and next month the European Central Bank is expected to receive the green light to start work on a digital euro. Carstens, whose organization is overseeing much of the global test work, said central banks have a mandate to meet public demand and have also made significant investments in CBDCs. It is simply unacceptable that unclear or outdated legal frameworks could hinder their development, added Carstens, the former governor of the Mexico Central Bank. The work to address these issues needs to begin in earnest, and it needs to proceed at pace, right? So remember, what did this article say? Let's scroll back up right here. It says close to 80% of central banks are either not allowed to issue a digital currency under their existing laws or the legal framework is unclear, right? So that's like throwing a monkey wrench in their plans, right? Okay, but these devils, they don't give a damn about laws, okay, and legal frameworks. Okay, these devils make laws and amend laws. All right? They can give two shits. So let me get my next precept. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, woe meaning destruction, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right, this devil, this deceiver, okay? These Edomites are about to come down with great wrath, okay? These the nobles of Edom, okay? Amalek, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, these elite banking families, okay? Because even though they don't have the legal ramifications to push in this this central bank digital currency, what they can do and have the ability to do is to cause chaos, all right? Order out of chaos, so to speak. Let's get this. The brother Kariah sent this clip to the chat, and it's from the Prepared Homesteader. So let's see what he has to say.
Or more, very likely. And so in this scenario that I'm fictitiously creating, I could easily see it possible that somewhere in the middle of it, when people are very distracted, they crash the US dollar and very rapidly bring about a digital currency. You know, you go to bed on a Friday night, over the weekend the US dollar collapses, and by Monday morning you have a central bank digital currency. So there's not too much of a hiccup, and there's not enough time for people to really truly panic. And we say this is the best way. We've run out of money, we've run out of credit. The US's credit rating keeps going down. They're considering it again right now. Just recently they lowered the US's credit rating, and they're right now considering lowering it again. So this would be perfect, folks. You know, you're distracted with the war, the US dollar collapses. There's not really a whole lot of panic in the streets because, you know, that, and we just, next Monday morning, you wake up and they say, hey, you need to go down to your local bank or wherever and turn in all your currency, and we'll switch it over to digital for you. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that some kind of sort of possible maybe scenario like that could easily happen, because here we are at our economy, our currency and everything is just kind of hanging on by a thread. And then we're going into very potential multiple wars, or a big global war that's going to spend hundreds of billions of dollars. How are we going to do that, right? How are we going to do that? I mean, there's no real good answer to it. And we all know that they desperately, desperately need that central bank digital currency. And so as much as all this stuff that's happening in the world, where, you know, Israel and Ukraine and Taiwan and these other places where there's wars and there's people dying, that's tragic. It certainly is. But don't forget that there's other major things going on in the economy, and the US dollar and all that kind of stuff is happening. This whole Middle East stuff with Israel and us and everyone else is going to push de-dollarization even more. It's going to kind of force the hand of BRICS.
And he's absolutely right. These BRICS nations and a lot of these other countries around the world, man, are getting rid of the dollar. Okay? Just that simple. They're getting rid of the dollar in a speedy fashion.
And all the BRICS supporters to switch over to the yuan or something like that, to walk away from the US dollar, because they've already been saying that. They've already been saying, you know, Saudi Arabia has been the biggest one. They've been talking very loudly about, you know, ditching the US dollar. China has been dumping US bonds in mass. I think last month was the largest month yet of how much US dollars that they dumped. And so we're going to see that happen also. We're going to see more de-dollarization happen. It probably won't be front page of the news.
So you guys can finish watching the rest of this video. But this is exactly what's happening, man. Okay, the dollar is dying. America is circling the drain. And their ultimate solution to fix the situation that they're intentionally causing, the collapse of the dollar, is to bring in a central bank digital currency, and possibly UBI, universal basic income. You know, there's stories and papers written on them supposedly starting with about 2,000 a month for each citizen in America. So this is their goal, man. Order out of chaos. All right. But just like Revelation 12 and 12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Okay. The Lord is speaking into the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is a time of us rejoicing and being uplifted, seeing these prophecies come to pass. All right. So from there, let's get another video. I'm going to play about a minute or two of this clip just to show you that the infrastructure is already set up for the central bank digital currency. All right. They're just one false flag away. Okay. The collapse of the dollar or whatever it may be. Okay. To get the wheel rolling and to get you people in a state of distress to the point where you're going to welcome this central bank digital currency and the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast that's going to be tied to it. All right.
JP Morgan and BlackRock teamed up for the next chapter. Now, the biggest bank in the world has the capability to convert bank deposits into digital assets. About a month ago, I shared the news here that Citibank launched its digital token, which enables the bank to convert its customer assets, commercial accounts only as of the launch day, into digital tokens. Citi announced that it was just one of the steps towards streamlining payment systems and enabling real-time transactional settlement. Citi even said that you don't really need to sign up for the new service. It's already built into your banking experience, whether you like it or not. Well, today there is a new development. JP Morgan rolled out its brand new digital platform, and guess what? BlackRock is one of the first and biggest clients. If you have been a subscriber of mine for a while, welcome to YouTube and Rumble platform using a blockchain, and it completed its first transaction with BlackRock. The first transaction was to tokenize shares in a money market fund. The largest bank in the world by asset size announced that it wants to collateralize all traditional financial assets. Now, I will repeat that. The largest bank in the world announced that it seeks to collateralize all traditional financial assets. What is a traditional financial asset, you may ask? Well, it is your paycheck that is in your checking or your savings account. It is your 401k, your IRA, your stock trading account if you have one. You get the idea. All traditional banking products offered to consumers, to individuals and businesses fall into this category. BlackRock is the biggest asset management company in the world, while JP Morgan is the biggest bank in the world by asset size. So this alliance doesn't really surprise anyone. The name of the new platform is the Tokenized Collateral Network. According to JP Morgan, the Tokenized Collateral Network is an application that allows investors to utilize assets as collateral. Using blockchain technology, investors can transfer.
So that's pretty much the point. You guys can watch the video in your own time. I don't want this lesson to be too long, but the system is already set up. Okay, you got the largest banks in the world, all the major players already set up, okay, for this central bank digital currency system. Okay, whether it's through blockchain or whatever type of mechanism they're going to use. All right, so these people are ready, man. They're ready. All right. So a lot of chaos is about to come to the to the earth, man. This devil is about to come down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. Okay? And a time like never before is about to hit this place. Matter of fact, let's go here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5, and we'll start at the top of chapter 5. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number. Right, taken, as in death, man. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Right. And listen, Amos 8 and 11, man. Okay, there's about to be a famine of the word. Okay. This truth is no longer going to be readily accessible. It says, but iniquity, that's why it says the way of truth is going to be hidden. It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago, right? And we're in these times, man. That Esdras, this is Esdras speaking with an angel. Okay, we're in the time of the love of many waxing cold, iniquity, which is sin upon sin, is at an all-time high. And the Lord, ultimately, it's the Lord doing this, is about to unleash his whipping stick. Okay, Esau, Edom. Playtime is over, man. Playtime is over. The money's collapsing. All these companies are laying off. Your money's being devalued. Inflation is up probably 20, 30, 40%. You know, of the times and the seasons, hey man, you know, there's no need that that the prophets should have to be telling you these things. You should be able to see that something is coming. And what it is ultimately is the Lord's judgment. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 40 and verse 9. And it reads, death and bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Right. The judgment that the Lord brought upon the people in the days of Noah. Okay. He's about to bring his judgment upon the earth again. All right. It's ultimately going to be ended with a flood of fire by intercontinental ballistic missiles, which are shot off in the midst of the Third World War. But before that, all right, all hell is going to be breaking loose on the earth. Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, and I'm going to start at verse 5, and it reads, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, right? As a woman giving labor. The mightiest men in these times that the Lord is speaking about are going to be in fear. And all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. Who is the he? The elect of the nation of Israel. That 7,000 men that will not bend the knee to Baal, man. All right, the 144,000 men, the governing body of the kingdom of heaven, and the innumerable multitude of men, women, and children of the nation of Israel that are believers. All right. So we welcome this chaos, this destruction. Okay, this central bank digital currency. Hey, Esau, hurry up and push the button. All right. So anyway, I don't want to Ratazah. This wasn't too long. Lord's willing, it was edifying. Shalom, Israel. Wa abad babal.